All right, power plugs around the globe. Thank you for giving me your ear once again. Believe it or not, you are here for so much more than punching a time clock, earning a paycheck, trying to stay healthy enough to enjoy retirement before you leave here. If you are really struggling and trying to get it together and you need some insight because you're going through some stuff, this next chapter could be of great help to you. One of the songs that is in constant rotation is a song by an artist called Molly Music. The lyrics, they're amazing. He's really contemplating life. What's it all about? Why is blood flowing through this body? Why is air in my lungs? Where are we going now? Why did I get to place my feet here? Man, he's asking the right questions. If you have yet to plug into the Amp Hour edition of the podcast, I recommend it highly. There are very important questions like the ones asked in this song. I believe, and you can believe it or not, that we have been charged, just like the Amp Hour, we've all been charged with two things: the discovery of our gift and the responsibility to share that gift with the world. And sometimes we find ourselves in situations where who you are, what excites you, what it is that makes you tick, that thing that gets you up out of bed in the morning, that thing that you love is not appreciated and definitely not celebrated where it is that you find yourself. Like, yeah, that's cool and all, but I need you over here doing this. So basically you find yourself in a place where what makes you you is not valued. A very inspiring young woman shared this post on Facebook the other day, and when I saw it, I applauded it because it's exactly what it is that we're talking about now, in the here and now in this chapter. There's a story of a violinist who had conducted an experiment. The violinist found a place where there was a lot of foot traffic, and he played his heart out for 45 minutes. And there was a few people who stopped, a few people who enjoyed it. They applauded. He had his tip bucket out there, and after the full 45 minutes, with a lot of people just walking by, he had made a total of $20. This same violinist changed his venue just a few days later and was in a concert hall where the price of the ticket to see him perform was $100 per person, and the place was full. You tell me. Sometimes where you are makes a huge difference in the discovery of your gift and the sharing of that gift with the world. We've talked about being lost. But here, in this chapter, we talk about being found. There are two very important lessons that we can learn from the violinist's story. Hear me. Sometimes we think that Our gift is not a gift. We don't even believe that we're gifted because of where we are. I know in the last chapter we talked about honoring our placement, right? And I want you to understand what that really means. There are times where we ignore all the signs that we're not in the right place, all the signs that we're not where we should be, because we're trying to be comfortable when we're designed to grow. I want to add this. When you find yourself in an environment that wakes you up to the fact that you're not where you're supposed to be, that you're pouring all your effort into this thing and it's not being well received, then that's wonderful. For whatever reason, when people don't appreciate, when people don't understand your gift, when people don't understand your talent, when people don't value what it is that excites you, we have the tendency to pour negative energy into calling out the people that don't get it. Don't do this. It doesn't make the people that don't appreciate or don't value you and don't value your gift, it does not make those people bad people. It just means that you're not where you are supposed to be. They don't get it. Not everybody's going to get it. But you have to believe your life for more. You have to be open to the possibility that your gift and your assignment may not be right where it is that you are. You have a tribe. You have somebody out there that needs what it is that you have to offer. You just have to be courageous enough to go where they are. You have to be courageous enough to grow your gift and make sure that it gets out to who it is that it's supposed to. We live in some great times when it comes to technological advancement, where you don't have to be in the same room with the people that you need to reach. You just need to grow your gift and make sure that the message gets there. The most important thing, again, is not what you've been through, is not how old you are or how young you are or how much experience you have. It's about making sure that you pour your effort and your energy into what it is that makes you you. Where you are mentally, where you are spiritually, where you are emotionally, where you are physically, all plays a part in your overall health and your overall growth. In this chapter, we're going to talk about two things: honoring your gift so that you can honor your assignment. It answers the questions in that song by Molly Music. What's it all about? There's some times where things just, you're not in the right place. But you are in the right place if it wakes you up. Hear what I'm saying? Sometimes you're sitting in the wrong place for the event that you're at. For example, when you're at a football game, you may want to be on the 50-yard line. And in that situation, man, that's where you want to be. But what happens when it's the battle of the bands? Do you want to be on the 50-yard line? No, because where you're sitting, you see a bunch of people moving and you hear the sound, but you don't fully get to appreciate what's happening. When you are sitting up high, your perspective is different. You understand when you watching the battle of the bands and you're up high, you get to see the formations. You get to see everything. You get to hear it. You get to see it. You get to witness the full effect of all the work that they put into it. So right now, where you are, you might be sitting in the wrong place to understand what's going on with you. In the environment that we're in, you're expected to do certain things that may not even be you. And while you're pouring all this energy into trying to please someone else's vision for your life, or you're trying to fit into someone else's standard of beauty, standard of what it means to be gifted, standard of whatever, you're ignoring your truth. There was a young girl, she was an Afro-Latina, and she was growing up in a place where being Latina was the standard of beauty. Well, she looked different. So she was picked on, and she was actually bullied. She didn't make friends like everyone else. She wasn't accepted into certain social circles. It caused her to go within herself, and she found her gift of drawing, and she poured her effort and her time into her gift. Those who were bullying her actually started to take notice of her artwork, and then they stopped picking on her because they were like, yo, can you draw me something? Girl, you good. Her placement in that negative environment that caused her to go inside to find her gift. Now, honoring her gift is the time that she poured into it because it came natural to her and she had a passion for it. So it caused her to develop it more. Because of this woman's struggle in the place that she was at, she found her gift and then shared that gift with the world. And she went from someone, a little girl, being bullied to being an artist at Marvel Comics. She honored her gift in spite of where she was. She honored her placement because that's what gave birth to her finding her gift. And then she shared it with the world. And then she honored her assignment. Being open means that success doesn't always look like success at first. Sometimes success looks horrible. Sometimes the cards that you're dealt, how does this make that? How does this make success? I can't see it. What's it all about? Why is blood flowing through this body? Why is air in my lungs? I'm receiving some bad cards here. You may be in a place where you're not appreciated. You may not be in a place where you're not celebrated. Honor your placement because sometimes there's nothing we can do about it initially. But when the time comes, you have to be strong enough to believe. There's another post from another young person that is ahead of their time, if you ask me. My nephew. And he posted this profoundness. My growth came when I realized that I did not have to experience life the way that I am told. Drop the mic. There is so much more to your life. A greater understanding of your life and what it is that you've been through and what it is that you've suffered and what it is that you've overcome. When you understand that you don't have to experience life the way that everybody else tells you that you have to. It's yours. What are you gonna do with it? Be excited about it. I don't care if you think it's too late. It's not too late to discover. It's exciting. I don't care how old you are. I don't care. Like, look at me. I'm discovering my gift and I am fine-tuning that. And here we go. Right here, a process called fine-tuning. And it's different than what you think. The definition of fine-tuning is making small adjustments to achieve the greatest outcome. So the process from going to discovery, to respect, to honor is continually fine-tuning what it is that you know. Learning, asking questions, immersing yourself into what it is that you have a passion for, that you have a talent for. And you just continue to fine tune it, because you know this is your lane. You may have found your gift, but you might not be using your gift in the right venue, in the right way. Continue to go on the journey and you'll discover. Continue to fine tune that thing. It doesn't have to fit in this box that someone else says, this gift only fits in here. No, you got to think what they say outside the box. You have to use your gifts in the way to honor it and then to honor your assignment. Keep learning, keep growing, keep developing. Which brings me to this next point. I am in the process of fine-tuning my gift so that I can go from respect to honor. And so at the end of this month, I'm going to take time for self-development so that I can bring you what it is that I feel is going to be most beneficial. And when I tell you I'm excited about what's coming next. I'm excited about how I'm growing and how I'm developing and how I'm manifesting what it is that I know is a part of my destiny. This journey has taken me places and it's going to continue. But you know what? I'm going to continue to make those steps to improve. I'm going to show improve. There are levels of growth. Sometimes we have to find our gift and then first we have to respect it. Now see, there's a difference between respect and honor. Yeah, I respect that. But honor is something different. Sometimes we side hustle our greatness, meaning we respect our gift enough to use it, but we don't trust in it enough to honor it. We have yet to make the decision to be all in. In the scripture, it tells the story of the young Messiah. Every year, his whole family, like they traveled in a big group. They traveled from Nazareth to Jerusalem to celebrate Passover. They celebrate Passover and then they make the journey back to Nazareth, except there's one person that's missing. And it says that the whole group of them traveled for a day before they realized that the young Messiah, who was 12 years old at this time, was not with them. They go all the way back. They travel all the way back to Jerusalem, a day's journey. And it said that they found him 3 days later. 3 days later. Significant, huh? They found him in the temple amongst doctors of the law, doctors, healers, teachers. And he was learning in the midst of these leaders, in the midst of the people who were doing what it is that he was eventually going to do. He was asking them questions and listening to their answers and gaining an understanding of both gift and assignment. He found his gift, and when it hit him, he was drawn to it. He had a passion for it. He had a thirst for learning in this area. And when they found him, they were amazed at where they found him. He's 12. He's sitting where? In the temple amongst all the great ones of that day. And then his mama, hot as fish grease. Why did you do this to us? And la. And guess what he said? He told her something that she didn't get then. But basically he said, this is my gift and I have an assignment from above. So I'm doing what the Father wants me to do. She was like, the Father, what? all right, I ain't got time to argue. Just come on. Just come on. I don't want to talk about it. Later, she would understand. So here's what I'm saying. His environment, Nazareth, his family, all of them, they did things a particular way. He wasn't like that. He had a gift for something else that they didn't understand, an appreciation for something that they didn't get. And at 12 years old, he stood up for what was important to him, for what he valued. He poured his time and effort into learning everything about that, because that gift was a part of his assignment. 33 years, he understood. I only have but so long. I got to accomplish my assignment. So that means I have to take time whenever I get it to learn this stuff, because this is what I'm about. This is what excites me. This is what fuels me. I don't care about all that other stuff that you expect me to do and all this other. No, this is what I'm about. And he took all of that learning, and it says he went about doing good. He said he was amongst doctors. He was the healer of healers. He went about doing good. What is it that excites you? What good is it that you have that the world needs, that you're ignoring, that you're not pouring your effort into? Yes, there are demands from where you're at. There's that financial, but there's all kinds of demands. But you, at some point, if you want to manifest the life that has meaning and fulfillment, you've got to make the time to discover that gift. You have to make time to nurture that gift. You have to make time, because it's your time. Honor your gift so that you can honor your assignment. So the challenge question is this: are you going to continue to allow the demands of others who don't understand your gift, who don't understand your assignment, who don't understand why you're not exactly like them, to keep you from what you were made for, to keep you from exploring what it is that could be the very reason why you're here? Or are you going to make time to figure it out, to answer that question? What's it all about? Why did I get to place my feet here? The world is waiting because they need you to honor your gift and honor your assignment. To change the narrative in your life, take the next step. Invest in yourself and book a life strategy coaching session with me at www.BLeafInteriorDesign.com. Let's start the journey of making belief reality.